Alright, hello everyone, it's Mr. Bunquist from Every Moment Bound, and we're here with Marathon. I was lucky enough to get access to the Marathon Alpha, so like everyone else who did, I thought I'd do a good old-fashioned impression video. And to keep it, fast-paced, so I can get back into the game, I decided to do it in a sort of rambly style, just having notes in the background that I could just refer to with shit I want to talk about. So it'll probably be a little bit more scatterbrained, a little more all over the place than like some of my normal other commentaries, but it's more like the Halo Infinite rambly video I did back when that beta first or that flight first happened in 2021. So think of it more like that than like a full, well structured, well thought out opinion video. I also just want to mention this for the record too. I don't have that much time in the game yet at this point. I think I only have about 4 hours. I think 4 5 hours. I can't remember. So I don't have a lot of time in the game yet. And speaking of hours in general, I also don't have a lot of experience in the extraction shooter genre. I played about 4 to 5 maybe hours of Tarkov in 2022, and then Legends Arceus took over my life. I put a good amount of time into the cycle in 2022 and 2023. Seems is about 46 hours, but that was mostly co-op play with Shives. So take that with a grain of salt, and not a lot of solo play. There's a pretty good amount of solo play in Tarkov though. To be fair, I'm pretty sure, God, like 4 out of those 5 hours was solo play. And if you want to count it, I don't think you should count it, but if you want to count it, I also put probably about 5 hours into DMZ in Modern Warfare 2. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, take my opinions on extraction shooters with the grainiest of salt, because I'm still very new to this genre, and I was maybe looking at Marathon to help me dive in a little deeper. That being said, though, I think in my opinion, you can take those three extraction shooters and sort of coalesce them into a sort of bubble of how extraction shooters could be potentially. In my opinion, I put one more time into the cycle. A, because I had a friend to play it with, and B, because Tarkov and that sort of milsim vibe never really hit me. Like if I'm gonna be doing like a fucking 30-minute raid just to die by getting one shot in the head by someone I can't even see, I'd rather have it on an alien planet than like Russia. That was another thing about the cycle that I liked a lot more over Tarkov, is the fact that it was much easier to sort of get into. I feel like I didn't have as many experiences of just getting fucking insta melted in the cycle. Although again, I put more time into the cycle, so that's probably why I experienced less rough roads. I would say it's probably not overdramatic to say that the cycle is significantly easier than Tarkov when it comes to extraction shooters. If there was a list, I'd probably go Tarkov the hardest, cycle medium, and then DMZ just being piss baby fucking easy as fuck. No one cares because it's COD. But yeah, those three games are basically what I use to sort of base my opinion on Marathon. I look to those games for like inspiration or for example on what I was looking for to get out of Marathon. And what I was looking for to get out of Marathon was basically a good, nice inroad into the extraction shooter genre. A nice, easy way to do it since, the cycle shut down now. I haven't tried Hunt Showdown, though, to be fair. So, maybe I should put that one on the list, too, eventually. Either way, getting actually into Marathon now that I can get over that fucking preamble, I'm going to start with something that I feel like not a lot of people are talking about. The 30-minute timer for runs. I don't know about Tarkov, but for the cycle, especially if you got caught in, like, storms or PvP, felt like runs took hours. Like, I was enjoying myself during most of the runs, like doing the puzzles or like just walking around the nice environment, but running for what felt like 45 minutes just to get shot in the back of the head by someone with like a fucking purple sniper was extremely unsatisfying. So I do kind of like the fact that every marathon run is basically forced to be around 30 to maybe 45 minutes. I can't remember how long the like last second timer is. I think it's 3 minutes for the last second timer. I can't remember. Either way, like we'll say 35 minutes just to be safe. But yeah, I like how it's kind of, it feels more like a sort of hop in, hop out style extraction shooter than like a, all right, load everything up, get ready for the next fucking hour to be stuck in the forest, grinding for focusing stones or something, It feels more easy to sink time into because you're just like, you get a 30-minute game done and you're like, oh shit, okay, I could probably get one more run in. And then, 5 hours later, you've done like 18 runs and you've lost all your money. Sorry, that's just me, isn't it? Although once you're in the game, and you like start fighting actual people, it's honestly pretty fucking rough. Like I can't tell if it's just me not being used to the genre or something about the game in general, but I feel like I'm getting melted by people and like they're just eating all my bullets. And as far as I know, I don't think it's like a shield thing. Everyone I fought, I haven't noticed if they had like purple shields or anything. Then again, I get melted pretty fast, so I can't really see their loot, but still, I feel like I wasn't experiencing like a shield problem. I feel like it was just the nature of the game. Although again, it could very much be me. It could be a situation where headshots are more important and I never aim for the fucking head, so could just be me with that. I need more time in PvP. I need to fight more people. For right now, PvP feels extremely rough, and I try to, not fight people as much as possible, which also, is an aspect of extraction shooters, so, who knows, like, that could be actually perfect. And speaking of PvP in general, in my opinion, I feel like the hero shooter complaints that were happening a lot when the game was first announced were completely overblown. Like, it's honestly not, like, my character. Like, I'm a Blackbird man. It's not like my fucking, like, Blackbird is going into the match fucking, like, quipping like crazy. No one's telling me that the fucking cavalry's here. No one's saying that, They're back like they never left. Like I hear almost no quips, at least in my fucking game experience so far. I feel like they literally are just shells, and they just have abilities tied to the shells. Honestly, in my opinion, the only way it could be worse than like the faceless player archetype for like other extraction shooters is if the customization at launch is ass. If the customization is really bad at launch because they're trying to fit it into these archetypes of the play the quote unquote heroes or whatever, the runners is the official term, then I can see it actually being a detriment to the game. But for right now, completely overblown in my opinion. And I forgot to mention the other, important aspect of a extraction shooter, the loot. The looting in this game feels really floaty. I don't know how to describe it. Like I'm fine with the again, maybe I'm too used to Apex. You can just fucking like loot people in Apex fucking instantly because you're in a battle royale. And it's like more fast paced. And to be fair, I'm pretty sure the cycle looting is also relatively slow. So it might just be an extraction shooter thing that I'm just not used to yet. But the looting feels super like it feels like you're kind of locked in place for like a set amount of time when you're trying to loot, and you feel kind of slow and sluggish, and it's kind of hard to like fucking navigate the menus and shit. Again, maybe it's just me. Like I honestly think that'll be something I'll be used to by like the end of this fucking weekend after this alpha launches. But so for now it feels kind of bad, kind of not good. Also, speaking of loot in general, this game needs a butthole. I think worse than any other game in this genre. Probably should have mentioned what a butthole is first. A butthole is a safety pouch, a pouch where no matter if you die, it still contains loot inside of it. Usually in most games, I'm pretty sure in Tarkov it's like fucking 4 squares. In the cycle, it can only hold like 1 item. They're usually really small and just meant for like super important items that you just really don't want to lose. And I feel like this game definitely needs a butthole because holy shit, like there's a lot of shit in this game you can loot. To be fair, I don't know if there is a butthole in one of the upgrade trees. I haven't looked at all the trees yet, but if there's not, butthole by launch, please, because they just make me feel much better when doing runs. And this game is very rough when trying to evac. So having at least one safety pouch would be pretty nice. But other than that, I feel like the gameplay is honestly not bad. I feel like the gameplay loop is pretty nice. Getting into fights is fun, if not very stressful, which is exactly what you're looking for in these types of games. So I think they did good on that front. I decided to do 3-man runs because that's what they want you to do. That's what the game is like designed around. But also because I did a couple solo runs and they are fucking rough. The UESC AI bots will just fucking one-shot you. I tried to do a knife run and I started the game off right next to a bot and I tried to knife the bot to death and I almost literally lost like my life instantly right there. So like solo runs feel almost like a waste of time at this point. Honestly, I don't think this is like make or break for the game, but I think it'll be extremely rough at launch if this game doesn't launch with a solo duo queue. The 3-man teams are honestly kind of fun. I haven't had a lot of bad experience with my randoms, and if I do have bad experience with my random, I can just fucking use them as bait and then extract when I need to. So I'm not like super worried about 3-man teams at this point. But if you want to do a solo run or even like a duo run, you are gonna have a bad time. Like you'll run into teams of people who are just like they feel like the best players in the world. And again, it could just be I mentioned this before, but I have terrible positioning, so I would always be caught off guard running into teams. I think that's a mixture of not knowing the map yet, and also just not knowing the game. The time to kill feels kind of wonky because of that, but again, it could just be me getting like not used to it. Also, actually, I forgot to mention this earlier. The ability play in this game is not nearly as bad as I thought it would be. Like, when I think abilities in Bungie, I think ability spam, obviously because of Destiny. But, like, so far, when I get into gunfights with people, like, it's all of them just gunning the shit out of me. Like, I almost never see abilities pop up. And at the same time, like, I've gone into experiences where I would use my spider bot to sort of separate the team from each other and then sort of go around and kill the people who are, like, sort of trying to escape and heal, which felt fucking amazing as a player, as a sort of, like, natural. It felt like an E3 moment that actually like happened naturally, which is crazy to think about. So as long as they keep all abilities to sort of the level that they have right now, which no hero shooter or no ability shooter has ever been able to do, I think the game will be in a pretty good state. I think honestly that's my biggest worry. I mean, if everyone has like fucking purple shields and shit, I'm sure the abilities are also just non like negatable. I mean, but for right now, I feel like abilities always sort of ride the line of extremely annoying to play against and actually kind of fun to use. And so far, the line is falling on the other side right now, which is very nice. Finally, I want to talk about something that isn't really important to, most people, but is important to me for this game. I want to talk about the lore a little bit. So I obviously didn't expect any massive fucking developments during this alpha phase, but I hope we get some really good story content when this game launches. Just a bit of a side tangent here. I recently played through Marathon 1 and Durandal, and the story was incredibly engaging. I was fucking on the edge of my seat the entire time, looking for every single terminal. It was fucking amazing. And for the record, I do intend to go back and beat Infinity once this alpha's over. I sort of hit the wall since this alpha came out. I obviously want to play that. Mainly what I want to see when this game launches is why they decided to go with an extraction shooter in the Marathon universe instead of like, picking a new IP or something. Obviously, new IPs are dangerous in their own right. I'm not going to say the C word, but everyone's fucking thinking it for some reason with this game. So, you know, obviously a new IP is dangerous. And the game genre change, at this moment, it feels completely disconnected from the universe, and I am not a big fan of that. So I hope that changes. And for the record, I'm really not trying to cast like Final Say during a fucking alpha build. I understand what the concept of this fucking entire alpha was for anyways. It's all for like the gameplay loop and sort of cementing that. But I just want to mention this because the story of Marathon, like the classic version, is so fucking fun to just kind of get lost in. It reminds me a lot of like early Destiny 1 lore, where really nothing was cemented and everything was still all fucking nebulous and like, you know, out there. It's so good. It's so good. Like read a terminal, like look up I think there's a webpage called like the Destiny story thing that I'll link in the description. It is so much fucking fun to get lost in. And it would be a massive fucking crime to be in the same universe as that insane story and do nothing with it. But either way, doing some final thoughts here. As someone who wasn't really into extraction shooters, the last one I played got shut down. I am surprisingly hopeful for this game. It's good looking. The gameplay's fun. When I get into, you know, solo gunfights, or when I get like the advantageous position, I totally understand why people play these types of games. That fucking high of like sneaking past a team to get to your extraction point it's like cocaine. It's like legitimately crack cocaine. It's so good. And the best thing about this game is that it's obviously not going to be as punishing as like a Tarkov. So it's something that I can easily like keep myself invested in because, you know, I get demotivated relatively fast. So, you know, it'd be real rough to just lose everything, be down 6K, I can't buy anything back, and just be, you know, stuck in an infinite loop of misery. Now, will this be like the main multiplayer game I play like Destiny has been at certain points in its lifespan? Most likely not. But will it be something I go back to, you know, every wipe or so, just to like see what's new and, you know, casually grind in the meantime between like COD sessions and Apex sessions and stuff? Absolutely. And don't get me started on the lore. If this game supplies the same amount of like story progression or story development that like the classic games had, I will be there on day one. Fucking whatever YouTube channel, whoever's fucking spouting the lore out, I'll be there. I'll be watching every single video. In my opinion, I think Marathon is a really good example of like a sort of gateway game where, you know, it sort of helps newer players get into like newer / rougher genres. I think a stupid example of that, but like a good example at the same time, would be like Totally Accurate Battlegrounds, which came out at the height, I believe, of PUBG. And when I saw like a fun version of a battle royale as opposed to like the super serious, super, you know, quote unquote sweaty version in PUBG, I was like, oh, this is cool. I see why people got into that. Now, to be fair, my gateway game for battle royales was fucking Blackout. So, you know, I don't know if I can talk, but still. Another example of that would be like Valorant for tac shooters. CSGO pretty much ran the gambit on fucking tac shooters. I think in most people's eyes, but Valorant was a good way to get more casual people in, for better or worse, depending on, you know, who you are or what you think. And I think, in my opinion, Marathon could be a perfect version of that for extraction shooters. And I hope it is, because, like I said, just playing the couple hours of the alpha I have played so far, it has completely turned my attention back to the genre, and I would not be surprised if I, you know, leave this summer with a bit of a Tarkov / you know, hunt showdown addiction, because waiting for this game is going to be rough these next couple months. Either way, like I said, I'm excited. I think I plan on doing another one of these impression videos at the very end of the alpha. So what is it, May 4th or May 1st? I can't remember. Probably do another one that week, because by then I'll have hopefully a lot more time into the game. I can actually, you know, separate my thoughts and be a little less rambly, a little more focused. We'll see how that turns out, though, knowing myself. I'm a lot more excited than I thought it would be for a genre that I didn't really care about besides one or two entries before. But either way, that was a Marathon video, and this was Brunquist from Heavy and Moonbound signing out. I will see you guys next time. Also, I forgot to mention, I know I look like a fucking dickbag just extracting without my teammates during this gameplay. I don't know how far it actually makes it in, depending on how much gameplay is shown. If not, I'll cut it in right here so you can see it. I swear, I thought the plan, I saw my teammate next to me, I thought the plan was just leave our fucking dead friend on the ground and not just me go without them. So I was still kind of being a dick, but also slightly less of a dick. Also, you know, cut here, I guess. They do make it out, so everyone wins in the end. So, you know, get off my back. It's kill or be killed in the streets of Tau Ceti, you know what I'm saying? Either way, now, Mr. Brunquist, etc., etc. I'll see you next time.